Hello, everyone.
Hello.
Hey, can you hear us? Testing, 1, 2. Okay.
This assignment, oh, you got me, I got you.
Peace, Louise. Okay. Can anyone online talk so we know the sound's working?
Hey, it's Dwayne. Good evening.
Hey, Dwayne.
Hey,
Okay,
good evening.
and we're gonna start in 1 minute. There's a lot of people trickling in right now. Y'all online, you missed out on Nando's. Happy Memorial Day, everyone. And thank you, Southwest Partnership, for sponsoring this. It is peach tea.
No, thanks, sorry.
Ah, all right, well, it's 5 after. Sergeant, would you like to start us? Our other presenters aren't here, so we might as well kick it off while everyone's rolling in. Do you have any updates?
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes.
Good evening, everybody. Sergeant Atanasis, Southwest District. Excuse me, I'm actually pulling over so I could see the stats. So we've had several incidents on your area, but the ones I guess people are more concerned about is a homicide we had on Gilmore. This was early this month, and there's a person of interest already linked to this crime. So it's not it was a targeted incident. It was in just, it wasn't any kind of rampage or anybody going crazy. It's just, has to do with a transaction gone wrong. I'll just leave it at that. We have to be kind of vague because we don't, the investigation's still open, but there is a person of interest. We did have an ag assault on the 13th. Um, Lady alleged she was struck by unknown man while sitting in the front of her steps. Uh, she gave a very vague description. So the investigation, although it's open, there's not a lot of information. But unfortunately, I can't give a lot of details because, once again, it's an open investigation. We don't want to alert whoever did this, to try to run away. We had a burglary on the 16th on St. Vincent Street, vacant property, tools were taken. Like we always, keep repeating, if you have a vacant property, make sure you secure it. Any tools that you have inside the property, put them inside a room that can be seen easily, like, top of the stairs or somewhere where it's out of sight. Anything that's in sight will be taken. Unfortunately, we're in that kind of neighborhood. Um, we also had another burglary on Woodyear, and says several items were taken, including AC unit, headphones, speakers, Wi-Fi box. This was a property that I believe somebody was residing in. Apparently, the back door was broken into, and several items were taken. There's no information other than a very vague description of the items, but just be aware. Once again, anything that can be seen from the street, you're just kind of making it a little more enticing for criminals to break in. So my advice, if you could have some curtains, everything, keep stuff away from the windows and doors, so don't make it too easy for them. And last but not least, tomorrow we have our commanders meeting. It's going to be via Teams, which is a pretty similar platform than Zoom, but anybody wants to reach out, that's fine. Just call the district and we'll show you how to log in. And we still have the steering wheel locks available for whoever needs one. And at this time, I'm taking questions.
Anyone have any questions in person or online for the sergeant? Or everyone's too busy to check? Well, thank you for the update. And I'm at ease to know that was a. I mean, any homicide is awful, but at least it was not a random act of violence. We hope so.
Yeah, I mean, it's always terrible, but at the same time, yeah, it's a lot worse when we don't know the motive or anything. But apparently, this was a transaction of sorts that went wrong. So, yeah, it was targeted.
Well, thank you for investigating. Thank you for coming out and telling us about it. We appreciate you.
No problem, ma'am. And tomorrow, commanders meeting, those that want to attend, you're welcome to come to the district or through online through Meets. Thank you. Have a good evening, everybody.
Attending those, haven't you, Nicole?
I'm better than one.
Okay.
I did the teams last time, but.
So I'm going to share a link to the agenda in the chat for everyone online. There's a couple copies of it in person. We had on the list of guests the health department, Trisha Forey from MakeSpace, and the Morrisons, but hello? Hello? Howdy ho!
Oh,
Hello there, Ben.
if you were talking, then you were addressing it.
Well, yeah, you're here. Welcome. There's chicken over there. Grab some
Okay.
fruit. I'm gonna write down who's here. So Ben is here. I don't know where Trish is. And the Morrison said they would be late. So, and the health department never responded to my email confirming they were attending tonight, despite the fact they said they would earlier in the month. So, on the agenda, I mentioned that we had a bunch. Oh, there we go. Morrisons are here. Awesome. You don't have to completely throw the agenda into chaos. So I imagine you also still might want to get food first. Howdy ho, you two got here perfect timing.
Excellent.
Fashionably late. You had a big drive apparently. Hi. You weren't presenting though. Mia said she would do the talking, right? Okay. Do you have anything to put on the screen? Or are you just gonna talk?
It's not like presentation, sharing.
Okay, perfect. So the big subject for today, since it's a holiday, and well, Shaheem showed up, but most of you. Oh, we still have. Hello, Spring.
Hi, good evening, everyone.
Hey, hey.
Good evening, everyone.
There's dinner on the table over here. Nancy, are you taking record of who's walking in?
Yes.
Okay, good. Because
Yeah,
I'm not
well,
keeping up on the attendance. We have to be.
I need her to sign in.
Yes, Megan.
Props to Tom for putting out this many tables. We needed them. I'm glad everyone came out for the Nando's.
Always playing for
Hey,
the.
I was glad for the best. This is the best. We're having a good dinner here.
You are. I
So
already know
I'm hearing
you.
in part, and it's a fake background noise, I will not hear you. So one is, and one is.
I have you already.
Yeah, lady.
hey,
Oh, thank you.
You need me to sign it.
you don't need to sign in. Nancy's taking the.
Okay.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah, she's just taking attendance. Everybody knows everybody.
Thanks.
Thank
So-
you. Good evening, how are you?
I'm fine, thank you, ma'am.
We will see if Trish shows up. She had responded. You're meeting on a holiday, and I'm like, yeah, we're having a party for Nando's. But
Thank you.
You're welcome.
she never responded to that, so she may not attend. And if not, we're gonna have a chat about the lots that she asked us to, even if she's not here. But so the lead on the agenda is to talk about event planning. A lot of people have independently talked about wanting to do a lot of things, and I figured we could take an opportunity while we have finally a little bit of a turn down in the guest count to actually discuss that. So written on the agenda, it's in the chat, it's online. There's a list, there's 6 of them. So for first, Kintyre's gonna be hosting the next dumpster day next month on the 20th. But then that's the first half of the year. We have a back half of the year. So we have 2 more dumpster days coming up that we get to schedule. Does anyone here in attendance right now want to host a dumpster day for the rest of the year? Like, does your block need a dumpster? Do you have the time to be out at 8 a.m. to noon? Usually, they say they pick it up at noon, then it's still there at 2 in the afternoon. So you kind of have to have the whole day available.
Is that going to be where?
You get to pick where it goes.
Oh, okay. Well, do you think we could use one like near your, like the Mennonite? Because then my block and the Mennonite kind of meet.
Yeah, we keep getting them there for that reason.
What?
We've gotten one at the intersection of Vincent and McHenry like every year for like 3 years now for a reason.
Oh, okay, well,
Wall Street stays filthy. Like top mile at the Breakfast of Thunder by that area, it stays dirty over there. That's always a good place.
So are there any volunteers to host a dumpster day?
well, yeah, but we don't get to pick where, if I'm holding it, is that what
You pick the day and where. Well, you don't get to pick the day too much because DPW only give you a select few days to do it. But You get to pick where it goes.
What do you think? We gotta collaborate together, that's why I'm,
And there's no rush on this. You can just let me know whenever.
I can join in the same day with you. You know, we can take breaks or whatever.
All right, sounds like we're gonna get one there. We haven't had one in like the northeast corner of the neighborhood in a while, like here on Whittier Street.
I was on the
What's that?
volunteer. I was gonna volunteer.
Okay, good. All right, that's 2 dumpsters. All right.
Cool.
Going. Does anyone else want to have a dumpster before we just assign them to these 2? And if anyone online, just raise your hand. Okay, going once, going twice, sold. All right, Jose and Ben, you're going to be our dumpster hosts for the fall. Thank you for volunteering.
Okay.
And if anyone has trash next month, 400 South Mount Street on the 20th, starting at about 8 a.m. usually. And it's there as long as DPW lets us have it. So that's that. And then the next one is Mia. We're not talking about the farm yet, but you did suggest you wanted to do a stuff swap day at the farm.
Yes,
Yes, would you like to talk about that for a minute?
sure.
And speak up since you're so far away from the camera.
Yeah, can you all hear me okay if I talk at this level? Hopefully.
Can online hear her?
Yes. Well, anyway, I went to another neighborhood, had like a free stuff swap. So people could just bring anything they were interested in sharing, giving away, and anyone could take anything. It was really low key, organized. And I figured that kind of an event might go really well in our neighborhood. And anything left over at the end, they took to donate. And I figure like, yeah, if there's like clothes left, maybe that could go to Paul's place. So trying to like donate locally if possible.
And are these valuables that you were talking about?
It could be anything,
I mean, anything, but that's right, right?
not trash. I mean,
Okay. Good,
probably we'll have trash cans set up in case anyone's like bringing things that are obviously trash, but we'll
Okay.
be like, hey, you can't dump here. That's
Yeah, my point, yeah. This was okay, we're, because the menu has been dumpsters and then you're speaking, it's like,
Yeah.
you know.
Mix the two.
True. Well, I thought about planning it to align with a dumpster day. That way, if there's any issues with that, we can just take it straight to the dumpster.
So it sounds like you and Jose should collaborate on that one.
Sounds good to me.
There's already dumpster right now.
Where would it be located at?
Probably the farm. There's like good open space there, but open to suggestions.
And that's why I wanted to split the dumpster to.
Perfect.
Go home, yeah.
Let's do it.
And Tom, are you okay if we borrow a bunch of tables from the Face Center and bring them all back and account for in the evening so that we can have people set stuff up on tables at the farm?
Sure.
Awesome.
Now, one day I will need a dumpster day for this place. Well, had about 10 years of collecting the Vape Center and Mount Clair Community Council stuff that needs to go away.
Oh, is it trash or do we want to keep it? We'll have to have a
Of
look
course
at
they
it.
want to keep it.
That's when we put Christmas tree down there.
Maybe we can get Pigtown to give us another shipping container. All right. So it sounds like we have a plan here. I'm going to start getting the gears moving on this one. And what month would we want to do this in? Jose, when do you want to have the dumpster? Would you say?
We have 2 days, so what's the first one?
That's up to Ben. We're
Okay.
gonna pick general months and weeks he wants to, and Elaine and him can work together to figure that out. When are you two gonna what like months here? You don't have to pick a weekend.
September, I think I'm in September for me.
Yeah, just any time in the second half of the year.
If we.
Oh, yeah, good, yeah, because I have some classes somewhere towards the end of June.
August.
And I haven't signed up for them, but they're my CEUs for my massage violations, get me?
Okay.
And so, but I think I can squeeze that in. I think the days were 17th and the 18th. But they're high credit, so.
Well, it can't be next month. It needs to be after June because the entire dumpster
Okay,
on the
that's
20th.
fine, okay.
Yeah.
Then I'm,
I would say late July at the earliest.
got you.
Do you have any idea on what month you'd want to do it in though? Given that it's after.
August.
Yeah, you want to do it in August. Okay. Well, there's that. You can't do it in August now. So pick another month.
I have this.
You two can figure it out from there.
I'll let Elaine might want to mention that, because I really don't know. I mean, I'm getting old. You know,
I'll
I'm
be able to
everyone
help
more
with the
than
dumpster.
3 months at a time.
We're on the same block. I can
As
help
I
with the
would
dumpster.
age, you know.
We have quite a few neighbors. We have Nicole. We have a bunch of people around the block that can help out on the dumpster day.
Yeah, I'll
So-
go around those.
Yep. So August for the stuff swap with the dumpster at the farm. That's the plan. You can't. We probably don't want it the same week as National Night Out. That's going to be like the first week of August. You're going to want it later in August.
Later in August.
Yeah, and then we have our meeting late August. So you probably don't want it to like. I mean, it could be on the weekend before or something. That's fine.
And it's gonna be a hot, warm day. You know that.
Yeah, it's August. That's how that goes. So everyone look forward to a stuff swap day with the dumpster in late August at some time coming up. We got 2 meetings to talk about this, so we will move on from there. I suggested we have next up. I suggested we have a trash can recovery day because I hope everyone's realized trash cans tend to disappear, but they also tend to accumulate in places. And I now have a contact at DPW. I could tell them there's trash cans, but if they know they're there, they'll just come take them and take them in the yard, clean them up, and just redistribute them to the whole city. And we have a lot of neighbors that don't even have trash cans. So I suggest instead we just take all the trash cans and put them out around the neighborhood where people need them. Would anyone be interested in helping out with that? Jose, Daniel.
Ray and I both, because we just lost one last week. Somebody walked away.
Again.
I was,
Again.
unfortunately, I wasn't dressed properly. It was too early in the morning and I wasn't gonna come out and run down the street by underwear.
Oh, no.
Because they ended up acquiring it and they even said to me, I lost my trash can. I said, well, yeah, but you don't take mine. And he just tried to stop me. And, but I wasn't going to do that.
Okay, so 200 South Vincent, the block needs a trash can. Does anyone else know a block that needs at least one trash can right now?
1300 block of McHenry Street.
How many trash cans does it need? How many do you need on your block, would you say?
Just one.
Just one.
Yeah.
How many does 1300 McHenry need?
1 trash can, 1 recycle bin. I need a recycle bin too, so that's 2 recycle bins.
Okay.
We could use the recycling.
Yeah.
That's one thing we don't have.
Yeah, we don't have one at all.
Do you want 1 or 2? Or 3?
We only have a neighbor that has one.
Okay.
But the thing is that we don't abuse her.
What?
So, but there are some people who need to recycle across where I live, and they're not. And I've been talking to them, but they need to be able to separate that from the trash.
Yeah.
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 Okay.
So, yeah, we can
Well,
use the recycle. Yeah.
I try to.
So we have a start here. If anyone finds anyone else that needs a trash or recycling bin, we'll probably end up doing this later in the year. I think it would make a lot of sense to do this like at the same time as your dumpster, Ben, because a lot of the bins that are all around the neighborhood in piles are full of a lot of junk.
Yeah.
Especially the recycling ones are going to be full of trash and not usable as recycling. So we're going to have to dump them, hopefully in a dumpster. So if we're doing the stuff swap for the McHenry Farm dumpster day, we can also do the do the trash can swap for the Vincent Street dumpster, or we could do it on Kintyre's dumpster day. So would we want to try to do at least some of this on the 20th of June?
I'll be out of town, but
Well,
Jose, are you available on the 20th?
Of what?
Dwayne.
Next month. You don't have to be there the whole day. That's Kintyre's
Yeah.
dumpster. But we could do some of the dumpster cleanup. We
Yeah, we
can
can do
start redistributing some of the trash cans. Okay. So if anyone wants to come out for that dumpster, even if you don't have trash, we will start allocating some trash cans because we have about 8 we need to give out anyway, just from what everyone said right now. And if anyone else needs one, email us, text us, reach out, let us know. Let your neighbors know if they need a trash can. We're going to try to get them one. And it's going to be on June 20th, so ask around in the meantime. Okay, that's that one.
Excuse me, I have a question. How many kids are we allowed?
You're supposed to have one in each per house. But there's also like 10 houses on Vincent Street without anyone living in them, so if you get more than one,
Yeah,
I'm not gonna.
because we have an issue of clothes being piled up in the green trash can, and when trash day does come, the trash man won't take it because it's full of clothes.
What you need to do is call 311 and let them know specifically, and they'll come back and pick it up. Let them know like, hey, these are
Okay.
recycling bins or whatever. and they need to be emptied out.
We have a problem.
No,
Then-
it's not a recycling.
No, I'm just saying, I
Right,
was using
okay.
that as an example, because what happened on my street, on McHenry Street, there was like 15 of them, you know, next to one another, and they were filled up with trash and debris.
Yeah.
And they're clearing them for a while, then they just took them all. So,
So my question is,
We gotta do.
are there like one free can,
So,
one
I don't
recycle,
speak Spanish and,
or everybody?
but there's another family that doesn't speak the normal Spanish that's in the area. So we can communicate with the rest. Yeah, so I try to talk to
Hey,
them,
excuse me.
but they understand,
Hey, you got someone else talking right now?
oh, I'm sorry.
Okay, so let them speak.
So
then.
that was my question, but if you.
We will get you as many recycling cans as we can,
Okay.
at least 2. Because like this isn't going to DPW and asking for cans. This is us getting the cans that are just piled up in the corners of the neighborhood and moving them around. So
Okay,
we will get you at least 2 recycling cans.
thank you.
I know there's a big pile of them up the block here already of like 15. So
Yeah, there's a whole.
yep, we know where to look, and we'll scope them out before the 20th, and we'll start moving them around then. So you're all getting some cans. Jose's block's gonna get some cans, and if any other block needs cans, let us know before then.
All right, thank you.
I mean, we might honestly make it a thing with every dumpster day going forward, besides the one at the farm, that we try to redistribute trash cans on the same day, because it seems to like overlap well, because you can dump the trash cans and all the the stuff that the city won't pick up, and then move the trash can out and give it to someone who needs it. All right. So the University of Maryland has a housing fair on the 9th of June. It's a Tuesday. I'm working that day. I'm assuming a lot of us are. Would anyone be interested in tabling? They asked me if someone would table that event.
What is it now?
It's a housing fair at the Community Engagement Center on Poppleton Street, 16 South Poppleton Street.
Where's the time from?
That is a good question. Okay, I think they gave me a flyer, but it's a paper flyer, so I didn't write it down. Let me check. On the 9th of June, it is from 5 to 8 p.m. So it's in the evening, it's 5 to 8. You're welcome to the tablecloth.
Lauren, I put it up.
Do we have any takers? If we don't have anyone that that can table this, it's fine. Hey. What's that?
I have to get back to you.
Okay, Nicole might be able to. We'll find out. So if anyone else wants to find out, let me know. We have, I'd say, until the end of the month, probably like give them at least 1 week warning if we're gonna try to table this. But all right, thank you, Nicole, for trying to volunteer. I hope you can, because
It's Tuesday, what time?
it's a Tuesday from 5 to 8.
There's a Tuesday.
Uh-huh.
Oh, so it's not that Monday.
It's not that Monday, it's on a Tuesday. And I'm working in DC that day. So I'm not available. So if anyone wants to, please volunteer. But no big deal if we can't make it, because this is University of Maryland thing, and I don't know why they're having it on a Tuesday.
Who's the audience for this housing fair? You know?
It's a mix of like low-income families and like out of neighborhood. I think they're just hosting it in general to like try to attract more people to move around the biopark, but it's for all of Southwest, from what my conversation with them about it. So next on the list is that Safe City Baltimore wants to hold a family preparedness and know your rights workshop at one of our meetings. Do we wish to host this?
Sure, yeah.
So Safe City Baltimore is like a project of the Mayor's Office of Immigration Services. So this is primarily targeting immigrants in the neighborhood. This is similar to a lot of the other programs. Like in February, there was actually a meeting hosted here by some of the families from the school in Pigtown about a similar topic. Like they had a presenter talk about like it would be mostly about like what to do when confronted by ICE and other immigration concerns, and getting paperwork filed and everything in order to keep your green card valid and stuff. But they reached out; they would love to host one here. If we want to have one, we can either have it at one of our meetings, or we could give them a separate slot here. Tom's willing to let us use the Faith Center for that. So
I think it would be more appropriate to have that by itself.
okay, so separate event. Does everyone else agree on that?
Yes.
Okay, cool. Nancy, did you write that down?
Yeah.
Perfect. All right, so we'll have that as a separate event. I'll try to put it after the next meeting, so it at least goes out in one newsletter. And I mentioned it here. You can let your neighbors know if they need those kind of services, and we'll have it here Tom lets us, and we'll coordinate a date. Lastly, but not least, Nancy wants a community cookout. When would you want to have that cookout, Nancy?
And where?
Well, do we want to have it down at the park? Sometimes we use the park for cookouts. The pavilion.
We're gonna already have National Night Out in August, so
Right.
when else would you want to host one? Well, have one.
Well,
You don't have to host it.
we had our kids' day one time and they had games for the kids and we haven't had that for a long time.
Okay.
What kind of games?
Like back to school, have it for back to school and then we had,
School supplies.
somebody was there with school supplies and.
Question. I was thinking about putting that into National Night Out, or you think it's a separate thing?
No, there's no. No, we can have giveaways in National Night Out. I don't see a number on there.
Yeah.
We typically, when we have events, we do have giveaways, we have stuff to give away to the community.
Yeah. No, saying, you should say they would cook out, so saying, just you want an additional,
Yeah, well, to have a cookout, we should have something to go along with it, like Kids Day or some kind of event.
Okay. And then, so we currently have National Night Out in early August. We have the dumpster day and the farm trade at late August.
Oh,
So this would probably go into like early September then.
okay.
So, I'll bring it back on, can I, what do you call it? Anyway, I can't find the word, but like,
Collaborate?
rephrase it a little bit. So, since we're having, and we could make sure, we could have like more of a cookout feel for the National Night Out, that's an option. One thing I was thinking about to then spread it out a little bit later, but to have another event in the park, we do a movie night.
Oh, yeah, we haven't had one of them in ages.
Yeah. So since we're doing the cookout in August, then maybe like in the fall, like October, we do a movie night.
Yeah, that would be good, because we did popcorn and stuff like that too.
Yeah, yeah.
Mhm.
Okay, awesome. So it sounds like you two are gonna talk about this a bit more. And we're gonna this early September for like a back to school cookout sound good. And then we have one in October with a movie. Or we just want to have one
No,
event.
National Night Out will have back to school
Yeah.
in August. And then either late September or early October, it will be night.
Okay. And that's also a cookout.
No.
No,
No, it'd be just
National Night Out.
Okay.
this movie.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we'll have things, but yeah, not actual grilling things.
Okay. The big question I always have with the cookout is who has a like relatively large gas grill? How have we done this before?
I have a little one.
Yeah, we have a lot of little
Yeah,
ones.
we actually used the Tyler's gas grill before. We can use it again.
Is it the big one?
It's big.
Good. Awesome.
It's big industrial size.
Industrial. All right. So Tyra has the grill. I wrote that down. Awesome. So this sounds like this is going to come together. And
I don't look at me that look. I think that's my guys with permission.
Oh, sorry, last one. This I also am clear. In October, are we doing anything out too?
No.
Okay, got it,
we're going to have a movie night kind of thing here. We probably also cook stuff.
got it.
Are there actually like hoops you need to jump through to do like a public movie screening though?
At Tracy Atkins?
Yeah.
Depends on how we're showing the movie. I'm not quite sure how we're actually projecting a movie at Tracy
Well,
Atkins.
no, they got actually, I looked up already. There's a thing, people that run things.
Hmm.
So the movie thing is the screen itself is not complicated. That one I figured out. But however, I am talking to the park people tomorrow, so that's in problem.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, the park people, Nancy, you said they used to do rentals for the projector thing, right? Like Parks and Recs has one and has given it to us in the past.
I think so. You have to apply, for the date and everything.
Okay. Well, if we're doing this in late September or October, we'll have plenty of time to get that ironed out. So we'll get the ball rolling on that. So we're having a cookout movie night sometime in the fall.
Who's got the lead on the movie rights? Who's actually gonna do that? Who's got the lead on the movie night?
Nicole?
Nicole, you got it?
Correct.
Okay. Is that cool?
Nicole taking on all the responsibilities tonight. Thank you, Nicole.
I'll help on that.
It's like, kid friendly, but maybe like fall scene.
I'll be thinking.
Oh, yeah, that should be.
And I did put in with the West Baltimore Renaissance. Jose sent us the bill from last year for National Night Out, and I did send it to them, so they might be able to give us an apportionment of some kind to help cover costs this year. We'll see what they get back. He wanted it in over the weekend, so I sent it in last night. So we shall see. All right, so that's the end of the event planning that I had listed. Before we move on, does anyone else have anything they would like to talk about planning events wise? All right, going once, checking online. Raise your hand if you have anything to say online. I know Louise and Nana are still there, so. All right. Then before we move on, I want to mention and remind everyone there is Nando's. Please get some chicken. Tyshell lives on Ramsey Street. She has been the floor manager there for a decade. She couldn't make it today because, of course, I actually got this all lined up and scheduled for the day that her daughter is at a birthday party for one of her classmates. So she has her daughter at a birthday party instead of being here, but I understand why. And I've been working with her to help her get into home ownership. She's been a tenant in the neighborhood for over a decade, living in the same house. So hoping we can keep her around, and we have other neighbors that can share with us what they do, and hopefully we can help support them like in the same way. And thank you again, Southwest. This is coming out of the Southwest Partnership apportionment for the year. So Southwest Partnership paid for the food. So thank you, Southwest Partnership. And happy Memorial Day, everyone. I know we got a really good turnout for it being a holiday. I didn't even know it was a holiday until like the start. Nancy mentioned it at the Mother's Day event, and I'm like, oh yeah, it is, isn't it? And by that point, we had sent 2 newsletters out saying we're meeting today. So here we are. So moving on, Mia, farm grant.
Yeah. So Be More Beautiful has a grant. I think it's called the Feed program. I should know that fully, but we got $10,000 to go towards the community farm. It's very exciting. So me, Kintyra, and Baru, who if I'm here currently, are the team sort of doing this. They are the experienced ones when it comes to growing stuff. Kintyra's a master gardener. Baru studied agriculture. I'm just an artist, so I can make it pretty.
I know that.
But yeah, we are excited, and there's a lot there's like a plan and a budget already. But if you have any like initial thoughts, ideas, or things you'd like to see at the farm, let us know. I'm sure they would let us know if it makes sense, especially if it was aligning more with what the community wants. So. Any thoughts initially on stuff you'd like to see at the farm?
I do have a concern. Are we gonna grow our own food, or is that part of it?
That's like one of the stated goals of the program. I'm excited. Part of us as a team will be doing a lot of workshops with like Be More Beautiful is coordinating a ton of things. Our mentor is going to be Charles DeBarber from Filbert Creek Community Garden, and he's their resident photographer. So like we could explore honey.
That's awesome.
That was
So yeah, but
So I'm a little concerned about what grows on there, because it used to be houses. So can we get the soil tested?
that's an
And if we can have it, wonderful. Can we have it raised or whatever? Then I'll be more comfortable eating it and feeding it to the kid.
Raised.
Raised.
That's what I had in my car.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, that's
No good.
started. Yeah. Before we even started testing.
Never mind.
Back on seats and then.
It's been tested.
They're on point.
That's
I
very
could
often.
I can feed them to my kids.
There's room in the budget from what we budgeted.
Right, boxes and the raised boxes you budgeted for.
Yeah,
Are you getting some more boxes?
sorry.
Are you getting more boxes?
We have more boxes in the budget. Also, like reinforcing the events we already have.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
What?
No, I can build some boxes.
You build boxes?
I want to
can do
mention,
whatever.
Louise in the chat
I,
said,
I retire in 17 more days.
Oh, wow.
Congratulations.
I'm just retired. Everyone's retiring this year. We love it. Everyone has more time for community activities.
I know that's right.
So I want to mention, Louise in the chat said keep Black Eel Institute posted on how they can also help support the farm. So keep Black Eel Institute informed on how they can help support the farm because they have a lot of equipment. They have their whole farm as well that's here. So collaboration is key.
Did we figure out the water?
I am working on it.
Oh.
So an update about transparency on this one. Baltimore City Housing says we need to pay for the water access again, but we already paid for it in 2022. And we've had councilman's office and everyone asking for updates and for the actual water install to happen at any point from that application. So I'm on their case about no, we are not paying for it again. We already paid for it once. If anything, you owe us like a bunch of interest on not ever having done it. So maybe we need a refund on that one.
Thank you.
So
I will say also for water, Keen said he would be up for us,
Using souls.
collecting water off of his house, like right next to the bar. And also, the Be More Beautiful people connected me with someone who's up for donating lumber. And so we might be able to build like a roof over the shed part to collect water off of that and help keep it cool.
That's a good idea. Sounds creative.
Yeah.
awesome stuff. So does anyone have any more questions or comments on the farm? This is exciting stuff. We got 3 of them working together here on this.
Excited.
Other things to look forward to in the future. We don't have anyone from the Southwest Partnership here tonight, but Nick Mayer, who is the BVRI coordinator for Southwest Partnership, is also looking into actually finally getting the city to consolidate all the lot lines around the farm, get all the currently like privately owned lots through NREM into the city ownership, and then they're gonna transfer control to either us or one of the Baltimore land banks. So we might actually own that farm by hopefully a year or 2 from now. So that's also coming down the pipeline. So pick a bed, have fun, plant some stuff. I mean, are they all full yet, or do we still have some open still?
No, so we haven't set up the like renting system yet. In the community survey from the farm base, we asked people if they would be interested in renting a bed for $20 a year. The only reason we had a cost to it is so that way people have like a little bit of buy-in. But we wanted to make it really low cost. So yeah, if you're interested, let me know. I still need to like collect all that and contact people, but catching up.
Take your time on that. We appreciate you. Tom?
What's the period of the grant? The period of the grant? We have
It's a full year,
Full
so
year.
it'll end next May,
and a report due at the end of the period.
midpoint and
Okay, so give Jose.
It sounded in.
Got my about that. You will be more. There's keys. So our next item of business would then have a conversation about what the meetings would like done with the lots on Vincent Street. We currently have 2 residents of the block here. And I'm missing a piece of paper.
Oh.
So I'm looking for it. So we have all the conflicts of interests. Has anyone seen a sheet that says something about the lot and has a bunch of slots to sign? And if not, probably do it later. But this is a recorded meeting, so we can have a conversation about this and I can share with Trish later. So I will delegate to our residents of the block right now. Spring and Ben, you're both from 200 South Vincent Street, and Trish asked us for what we wanted to see on those lots. So I'd love you to speak to what you want now as the neighbors who live there.
Okay. So I'll start. I've been parking on that lot for the last 20 some years, ever since Mayor Smoke had the 4 buildings that were occupied that lot torn down. And I had no problem with that. But then there's been a new development with some of the houses a lot of the houses being rehabbed. And they've been gutted so far, and I don't think they're gonna be occupied within the next 6 months. But nonetheless, the guys that doing construction, one of those houses, um, trying to get me to not park there, and they have like 5 or 6 trucks sometimes, depending on, whether the enterprise is. Sometimes there's 5 or 6 and they occupy the entire lot. So I just park on Pratt. Now, they haven't been there for a while because they continue, apparently, I think we're on a schedule where they had to gut the building and then pull permits for the next step of it.
So what you're
But-
saying is that you want parking?
I want parking, and again, I'm within 50 feet of the lot. So that's what my choice is. I also have a neighbor, 2 houses down, and his name is Otis, but he's actually feeding the hungry, and unfortunately, he didn't let me know that he's feeding the hungry in Montgomery County, so he may not be here. But he has an interest in the same thing. And then spring, sometimes, they have company and the people drive. And so, and I think, is that what you want as well?
Yes, because, for Mother's Day, I recently had relatives come in from out of town. And parking was very complicated. Then I have a neighbor that doesn't like to park on Pratt or McHenry. She parks up on the side of the curb.
That's true, I know you mean. Yeah.
Makes it even more harder for another vehicle to even get up our little alley street. Parking, yeah. So I would like to see parking there as well.
So Trish proposed a natural playground. What do you two think about that?
Well, who lives there now, other than that one little boy that lives at the alley? I think her name is Melissa. That's the mother. Other than them, who else would play there? And the thing, I don't really want to see other people away in different blocks coming up into that and play on that lot. And I definitely don't want basketball, which I had opposed in the past. I had to oppose because it all the sound goes right into my house. You can hear it, and with basketball, it's madness. You might as well be bouncing the ball in my bedroom.
All right, Jose,
I was wanting to know what a natural playground is. What is that?
I would love to ask Trish for some, but I think it's like, so like a traditional playground should be like plastic and slides and swings and stuff, but a natural playground would be more like an artsy installation that has like elements
Like a
constructed
statue?
intentionally to climb all over.
Right. Okay.
All right, Spring, do you have any more comments on this? Do you defer to Ben's opinion? All right, so I wrote this up on Ben's request. Mia,
Just to the natural playground point, that's something I'm interested in at the farm. From the survey from the farm day, a lot of people were saying like kids activities. So we got a swing set donated, so there'll be a swing set there. Not trying to like deprioritize Tracy Atkins playground, but just add more. And then yeah, I'm very interested in a natural playground being with that swing set, but so if you wanted to build it at the farm. Really cool.
so Ben, I would like you to review this statement here and tell me if you agree with it.
Okay.
Read that over. Just take your time on that, and we'll come back to it in a minute. It says, I wrote this up as a letter for all of us to sign for Trish, assuming Ben agrees with the wording as written. But you're also probably going to like the way I wrote it, because I also mentioned we would support Trish doing an installation of this kind of playground at the community farm. So that's on there already. And you didn't even have to ask for it. So we're all thinking on the same wavelength on this, I think. So before we move on, Elaine, you're here. Can you speak to, as the Mennonite Church has been on the 300 block of Vincent Street for decades. Has a lot of experience operating on Vincent Street. Way more than Trish has. She just got here a couple years ago. So do you have any words for the record, the reporting for her when we send this conversation to Trish that you would like to give and experience on having been a community anchor for decades on the street that she's building, rehabbing houses on.
Yeah, I think it's a great plan to put parking. I think that parents will be a little hesitant to bring children up an alley street where you can't view. I think the farm is a great place because it's out in the open and it's visible. There's always the issues that run with vacant lots, and that is you have to somehow parking lots. You have to somehow monitor a little bit people that don't pull cars on, that want to work on, and that's a whole other situation if you move to a parking lot. But if in fact more people reside on that block of Vincent Street, there's a definite need for parking. So.
And the Mennonite Church has been offering both a parking lot and children's play areas on 300 block for as long as you've been there. Well, as long as you've got the houses torn down and got ownership and consolidated all the lot lines. But so you have experience on the subject. That's why I'm kind of deferring to you on this for the council's sake. And Dwayne,
No,
do you have words?
what everybody said, no, I agree. Parking, and if we want to make those houses attractive, parking is a big issue, like they've already said, so.
So
I agree.
Nicole, I'm going to call on you for this one. You look across the street from all the current make space rehabs that have been done so far. And by my understanding, Nana, Dayana, and Bakaris all own a car.
Yeah, parking's started to get tight recently. I've been here a year and a half now, and yeah, maybe we'll go on block.
And we have your block and
vendors.
many other blocks of McHenry Street right now. We're canvassing to get it converted into a one-way to as a traffic calming measure, but also to increase the parking density by adding in the back-end parking.
So I will say on that note, I was hesitant because I wasn't sure if that really made a difference. However, I actually was on a street in that might be Federal. Anyway, I was running walking this morning and I did see it where it was a one-way street that had one side parallel parking, the other side diagonal parking, and I counted the car because it was early in the morning, so a lot of cars were still there. 11 were on the side that were parallel parking, and then 22 fit on the side that were diagonal. So all in all, it was. I could visually see that it was more. So yeah, that. I don't know. I'll say I don't live on Vincent. However, I live around the corner with. So somebody was talking about, like Jeff was concerned about, children having places to play, and there are a few, like even my neighbors, it's probably elementary school kid, and they were like playing soccer on the sidewalk. I'm like, I wish they had, or they don't want to necessarily leave where they live to go somewhere else because they're elementary school children. So it would be nice. Well, I guess you know what? Actually, I'm talking out loud. I guess we have to figure out what's going on if we haven't already. 1700 bucks. I guess there's open space there. Maybe figuring out how to make that a viable
And where
space.
And where are you gonna be?
Right around the corner.
Around the
I'm
corner?
coming again.
What?
Sorry.
Can you say that again? Around the corner of what?
From you.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Where you guys
It
are?
goes on the 600 block of McHenry.
Hey, let's not do that.
What?
I just want to make it.
Oh, okay, got you.
Yeah.
Frank? Yeah, we haven't seen you, but then I don't walk down there all the time,
Yeah. No, I understand. So, but what I'm saying, I don't actually have a comment to that. What I was saying is in terms of the green space nearby, because literally 2-3 days ago, there's a couple of children that were just playing on the sidewalk where it would be good for them to have a space. However, what I'm saying, so I'm not saying your lot should be that. I'm saying hopefully we can figure out what can be done about the block on the corner of McHenry and Mount Street. There's open lot there.
And also there was an entire space there where the two houses were occupied at Vincent and McHenry, and they made just a little brick garden. And it could be used as something other than that. And, it's just decorative, but for who's the benefit of who? The dealers that are right at your corner? You know, that's what they've been there, back there for the last 2 months. And
It's not my work, by the way.
I didn't remind, not mine either, but the fact that people own that houses now,
Yeah.
on the corner, and the drugs are still being existed, to me, that somebody's not calling the cops about something.
I am very sure most of the residents of New Henry do call the police on that. But not
But the thing is, that they ask me where do I live, and it's like a half a block or a block away. And it's like, but it actually affects me.
Yeah.
Because we got get dumped in my property. They don't use the trash can.
Say something.
First off, Nana is online. Nana, are you available to speak or are you just like listening in? Because those lots are next to Nana's house. So I want to give Nana a moment to speak if he's able to. In the
I'm
meantime,
not able to speak, his opinion on that, he wants parking too, actually.
Okay. we'll get him to make the statement at some point, then and I'll ask him directly. Nancy. Nancy?
You mentioned playing soccer on the street. If you have a small area, you're gonna have a lot of broken windows, kicking soccer balls around the neighborhood. That's why we have no ball playing on our street. In particular, because a lot of people.
And multiple people have mentioned it, and I will say,
basketballs and everything through their front.
I will say a soccer field is very large. It's about 300 by 200
It
feet.
doesn't have to be official, so I think we're also complicating this, like, yeah. I don't think, so I'll say this. The people that lived on the street kind of gave their opinion, and yeah, I don't feel like it needs to be done already.
Okay. Ben, do you agree with the statement that's written on the paper?
Well, actually, it mentions several numbers there.
Okay.
I agree that the people that live on the block should park there. I'm not sure about Clay Potts having use of it, because, well, I mean, I'm not opposed to it.
That is given as a priority list, so I will restate what is on this sheet that I wrote up for him. It prioritizes first, make space homeowners would have priority for the lot that Trish owns, it's make space. Then
Okay.
residents of Vincent Street, and then organizations like Clay Pots. So there would be deferential priority for you to have a spot before Clay Pots would, that they're given as a third option. And then the fourth option is anyone that lives on the block, which would include Nana and well, myself, technically I'm on Pratt.
Oh, I got you. And I'm
You
not
would be-
opposed to that. I'm not opposed to being neighborly. The thing is that I just don't, it would have to be some kind of organization, so that the agreement so that everybody agrees with, so that I can get on that lot. I'm not working these days, so I'm not, a lot of times, I'm just around the area. And the thing is, but
Well, this is on recording.
They would have
so
to
ask for deference
they would have
guarantee
to
you a spot.
assign spots or something like that in order to.
Well, that's what it would be. Trish can't do this as a public parking lot. There's no way to do it as a zoning, and we also probably don't want it to just be open parking. There would have to be a private lot that is owned and operated as like it would be a cooperative of everyone that like rents spaces from it. There would be private access, but we would, because among other things in the zoning code, it's really hard to try to do a public access parking lot on private property.
I think that would be a nightmare.
Yeah, so we're trying to just say that, make space homeowners would get priority in the lot because Trish's got land and she's doing all the housing rehab, so they would go first, but everyone on Vincent Street would be second, and it is very unlikely that if those lots got used for parking, that every single spot would be filled up by make space homeowners on the block, I hope. So, this is basically saying Trish owns the land. We can't ask the world of her, but if she works with us on this, it adds a major amenity that the people buying these houses will need.
Does Trish actually own the property?
Yeah, the city put them in receivership.
And I was not notified, and never been notified about any of the construction that was around there. I don't really know what I can do about it, but the thing is, it was done without even acknowledging me.
I've only been
present
there
for 37 years.
I've only been president for 4 months, but I'll ask our past presidents are here. Has the city's Department of Housing ever approached either of you to discuss like receivership of property on Vincent Street?
Not me.
Anybody, Fred.
So, yeah, the city has been putting these properties into receivership to Trish and Make Space for years without ever consulting the neighborhood association. So, like the vacants near your, like a couple doors down from your house.
Trish did before.
I don't think that's fair though.
Trish was very, she advocated it, couldn't
I
say.
thought you were
Yeah.
talking about the new lab.
Yeah, but the city did this for Trish and gave her these properties, but they never like consulted us
No.
about it.
Oh,
No,
Yeah,
Yeah.
so, and now this is where this kind of conflict comes up, where she's now received property that she wants to do something with that is in conflict with the current neighbors on the block, which is why we had to have this whole conversation in the first place. So, otherwise, do you agree with the statement as given?
Yeah.
All right, can you sign it?
You ready?
Yeah, write your address, write your name, and then sign it. I'll have Spring sign it second, and then we're gonna pass it around, and if everyone agrees with the statement as is, please sign it, and we'll give this to Trish and say, this is what the community council says on the matter, this is what the meeting concluded, and this is where everyone is on the same page in regards to your lots. So, we'll put a nice little bow on it. So it is coming up on 6. That was a really long dialogue about 4 empty lots on an alley street, but I'm glad we had it because that's bringing community together. Like this is the kind of stuff I'm hoping I can do a lot more of. If anyone else here has issues with a developer or with like vacant lots across, like on the corner of Mount and McHenry Street, like Nicole mentioned, like we can all work together to hopefully get them like dealt with in a way that we all want to see happen. So hopefully this is the start of much more of this happening between all of us. So
my name signature there. I don't know where Spring went, but
I'm sure she'll be right back. I'm gonna leave you.
Went to the back.
Hit it in front of her. You can read it. Sign it. She likes it.
I can't see. Is that?
I didn't want to get us out of here at some point before Tom throws us out. So
I'm blown today. Very blown away.
thankfully the health department didn't show up because it's already 6. We have 2 guests that I didn't have on the agenda particularly, but we're welcome to have them. So Shaheen, would you like to introduce yourself?
Sure. Thank you for inviting me again, Melanie. You got me out on a holiday, but I work every day, right? So it's not a holiday for me. My name is Shaheen Washington. I'm an organizer of the field, Baltimore United in Leadership Development. I had an opportunity to meet Melanie, and she was just telling me about telling me a lot about Montclair. I'm fortunate enough that I grew up not too far from this neighborhood, so I'm super familiar. I grew up in Lexington Terrace, the projects, the low rises, not high rise. I'm not old enough for that. Okay. And I actually went to Diggs Johnson Middle School, so I'm super familiar with the neighborhood, but I would like to get introduced and learn more about the neighborhood, the residents, and some of the issues that's plaguing this neighborhood and how we can address some of them. So I'm looking forward and I'm excited to meet with a lot of the guys and women in this room so we can talk about how we can change this neighborhood. So thank you again.
And Shaheen came to us by way of Terrell. So we had Terrell earlier this year, and now we have Shaheen here.
Okay.
Shaheen, I already referred you to Jose and Katara. They were my predecessor presidents. So
Yeah.
and they're the ones that did all the work around here. I'm just kind of just walking in their footprint. So but I hope you get to meet everyone in the room at some point and have lots of good conversations. As you heard tonight, we have a lot of stuff going on. Fortunately, this was, on a holiday, so we didn't have a lot of presenters. The health department didn't show up, and I'm glad now that they didn't, and hopefully they'll be back next month. And the other one is Deontay behind me. Hello, Deontay.
Hi. Good evening, everyone. I'm Deontay Edwards. I'm running for state delegate for our district here in District 40 on the west side. Sorry, I've been talking all day already. I spent Memorial Day canvassing in Fillmore Park. I live in Pigtown. I'm your neighbor there. I've led Pigtown, have been a community leader in Pigtown rather since 2019. A lot of the work, a lot of the changes that you've seen over there have been a lot of the work that I've done, including helping to get the rec center back open in Carroll Park. That was a $3.5 million investment into the community. We got over $120,000 in grant funding for different community projects under my leadership, including the curb bump outs with street murals that you guys see that slow down traffic for our kids walking to and from our 3 elementary schools. The string lighting that we see in certain parts of the neighborhood and wall murals. We also fought with the city for 2 straight years to get speed bumps to slow cars down for the same reason, which actually had this kind of corollary effect to shutting down our drive-through drug markets on our side streets because nobody wanted to drive through those streets anymore unless they lived there. And then that actually led to fewer shootings and actually 0 homicides in both 2021 and 2022 consecutively. So that's some of the work that I've done in the as a community level. I'm trying to bring that hard work to the entire west side, to the entire District 40, particularly as it comes to housing issues and affordability, especially energy issues. Along with that, as we know, our BGE bills have gone absolutely ridiculous. So that is something that is actually managed and regulated at the state level. So part of what I'm running on is to tell them, no, you can't raise our bills, and or you need to invest in green energy in order to get that production in place to lower our bills across the board. I have other priorities as well: education, transportation, community health and safety, of course. Actually backing up a little bit, one of the community health and safety things that I've already done, Pigtown is the first community in the entirety of Baltimore City to get a needle disposal program in place at a neighborhood scale. And that's something that I'm really proud of, because we were able to get our needles up off the ground. For the most part, there's still some issues. But get them up off the ground and make the neighborhood safer for people that way. So that is the full thing with me. If anyone has any questions, I'm going to be passing out my flyer. Yes, sir.
How can we tap into that? Because we have so many needles here. I was
That's what the health department was supposed to be here tonight to talk about.
moving the planters today, and one of them was littered. Like we had to flip it upside down to get all that stuff out. I'm glad.
I'm going to be polluting their inbox about this.
So I still have the grant paperwork from when I submitted it. I'm sure, I would hope that SWP has some funding that could go towards that. I would loop in with them, but because it's already written and done, it could just be a copy paste, like, here, let's do this here and not there. That could be very easy. I mean, from a state level, I do support. One of my big things, we have a lot of neighborhoods in our district that just don't have access to the same kind of grant funding that like Pigtown does because of the casino district and the SBGT district. So something that I intend to establish is a grant fund for neighborhoods that don't already have access to it. So to do just like that exactly. So that kind of, I'll get your contact information or give you mine, and we can circle up on the needle disposal thing. But for any other questions, since I'm taking a lot of time already, I'm passing out my flyer. My website is at the bottom of the flyer, and my contact information is also on my website down at the bottom. So feel free to reach out to me. I'm always accessible. I pride myself on always personally responding to people. So
I'll be back from that.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Thank you.
And Deontay, when is the primary?
The primary is on June 23rd. Early voting is June 11th through 18th, and mail-in voting is happening now. However, the thing with mail-in voting, the State Board of Elections messed up and had a printing issue. So some people have the wrong ballot. If you do have the wrong ballot, it will send you a notification both in your email and through regular mail to let you know that your ballot is wrong. And if you are one of those people, they will send you a second correct ballot, and you have to fill out the second ballot that they sent you.
Oh my God.
Is that clear as mud?
It's understandable, because I got some.
So I hope everyone can vote in the primary next month.
Okay, can I just add one thing?
Go ahead, Jeff.
It's never too late to register to vote. Well, first of all, the primaries are really not to go ahead, because who wins the primary typically is the one who ends up winning in fall. So this is where the person gets chosen representation.
Our district is D+80. There are no Republicans running whatsoever. So I mean, the primary is really the thing that moves.
And you can register to vote there at
And
the
that's
polling
what
location,
I'm
right?
going to say. You can register at the polling place the day of the day of voting, right?
So June
Yes.
23rd.
Or change your party.
If you want to change your party, you have to do it by June 3rd.
Or you have to do by June. Yes, okay.
And I think we all of us have the same polling location of James McHenry.
Yes.
Okay. So your polling location is James McHenry on June 23rd. And if you haven't registered to vote, you can register to vote in person.
You have to register as a Democrat to go to the Democratic.
Yeah, the whole primary state.
That's.
It can be a libertarian.
No, I usually vote early.
I gotcha. All right, that's all of our guests. Does anyone have anything else to add to the meeting? We're over time already. Dwayne, you haven't been here in a while. How are you doing?
Great. I'm done with, I took some evening classes and they're all done. Graduated.
Yeah, Dwayne.
Jose, do you have something to share?
Yes, I do. Attention, everyone. I wanted to give our former president her flowers because a lot of you guys don't know all the work that she puts into into planning and organizing and behind the scenes. And I think that that's her superpower. That she's like a superhero that way. So anywho, I got the certificate from the mayor's office. It's the city of Baltimore. Thank you. The City of Baltimore Certificate of Recognition on behalf of the people of Baltimore. I am pleased to present this certificate to the entire borough. Recognition of your dedicated service and unwavering commitment to the Montclair community. You are to be commended for your ongoing efforts to drive positive change and improve the quality of life of others through your beautification, your outreach, community development initiatives. On behalf of the people of Baltimore, thank you for volunteering your time and your efforts to uplift and enrich the community. Signed, Mayor Brandon Scott.
And she ain't slowing down. She's on the feed grant. She's working with me on the next planning project.
Thanks, Dad.
And you want to ask a little speech?
And so we also got a grant from church.
Thank you,
We're gonna have
thank you.
And we're gonna have them by next meeting. The only question on hand right now is, does anyone want to put a shirt sign or anyone prefer color on the shirt? I know they're both a big fan of black.
Black. Agreed.
Other options include Nancy wanted navy like the tablecloth. We have beige. We have basically any color. But if anyone has any other colors to suggest,
Can we go with our logo colors? Like
well the logo's on there, so it's the green and the orange already. So you don't want a color that is that color because then you lose the logo unless we change the logo color.
that gray's nice.
Yeah, I mean it's the logo green.
Yeah.
I like
This is the logo on the shirt.
No, the gray's nice.
Okay, yeah, gray.
Actually, my preferred is gray.
Okay. Yeah, keep going. Passing it around, have everyone that wants to sign it as long as they live in Mount Clair. It's only for neighbors. Well, I mean, you own the building, so you're allowed to sign it here. So does anyone have any other color suggestions before we just kind of go with gray? Going once, twice, gray shirts it is. Sound like unanimous. Great. We love that. All right, we're getting gray shirts. And if anyone has seen stuff,
Or the t-shirt.
we're gonna be getting, I mean, that's a good question to ask. Does anyone have a style preference on shirts?
No, then the one that you prefer, was it the same that you?
Yeah, it's a t-shirt. Well, I mean, it's not the same make as this one, but Jose?
So back in the day when we ordered shirts for the organization, we had two styles. We had the t-shirt style for like everyone, and then we had the nice polos for the ones doing outreach for the community.
Okay.
Yeah, polos are nice.
Polos are nice. We like polos. I personally like V-necks.
I hate V-necks.
I would understand why you hate V-necks. Does anyone have an opinion on like, so it sounds like we're getting some polos. Do we want to also get some V-necks? Anyone else? You're not gonna get them.
If you could get some V-necks, not all.
Yeah, it would be some V-necks, not all V-necks. We're basically just getting a variety of shirts. We got $500 to spend, so we get to have fun with this. Okay, some
Actually, that
V-necks.
one looks really good on you, that V-neck.
Thank you.
Yeah.
So polos, V-necks, and does anyone? This is a hard ask. If you have to go home and check, feel free to do so. If you have a preference on shirt style, let me know. I'm current. My favorite. I went through my own wardrobe and I picked out Gildan soft style as my favorite. But if you have a preferred t-shirt, like a t-shirt you really like, let us know. Probably in the WhatsApp because we'd have to talk about it a little bit before I put in the order. But if no one has a big preference here, we're probably just going to default to what I pick. Then we have a like it's material style like.
I put it in the chat. Cotton Heritage is like top tier, also ethically sourced.
What is it called?
Cotton Heritage.
Cotton Heritage.
It's also pretty local, so shipping is.
That's the problem. Our grant is through for imprint, so we have to order it from them, and they may not carry that style of shirt.
They might be willing to source it.
Okay, I can ask them that. All right. Ask for imprint. All right, so we're gonna get t-shirts. We're gonna have them ordered. We'll have them by next meeting. We already asked online sizing. Is anyone here that didn't isn't in the WhatsApp or didn't vote in that poll that would like to give their shirt size now?
I don't have WhatsApp.
Yeah, what's your shirt size?
It's large for me.
Extra long.
Exhale.
I like them loose.
2XL?
Yeah.
2XL.
2XL?
Medium.
Medium? Anybody else want to give their shirt size? So we're probably getting all the way from S, from small to 2XL, it sounds like, so.
Okay.
And we'll be getting a mix of polos, t-shirts, and V-necks. And they're all gonna be gray. So,
And gray is, and you're not wearing, that's not
It'll-
gray for you, is it?
no, this is kind of like,
It's
blue, yeah.
Just wanna make sure. because-
Yeah, it's gonna be
Yeah,
actually
yeah.
like heather gray or something.
Right.
You still have.
Like most t-shirts have a default gray, it's probably gonna end up being that kind of gray, but, okay, we're getting gray tees, alright. Anything else before we close out, 15 minutes late?
We should just make the meeting time a little longer.
You just go along with it.
Although.
I've already asked Tom about this, he likes keeping our time
But an hour
slots at 7.
And you're doing an hour and a half, make an hour and a half for me too. So.
Yeah.
We're keeping it the way it is and we're apologizing to Tom.
That's all right, I just have a treasury report real quick.
All right, go for it.
Always be
Treasury report.
transparent about what we're doing with your money. The ending balance as of the last meeting was $10,785.23. We only had 2 transactions that happened since then. There was 2 checks cut to Care-a-Lot cuts that Jose wrote. Each of them was for $761. So that means $1,522 in debits since the last meeting, which brings us to an ending balance of $9,263.23. We've got a couple of grants that are in operation right now. The Care-a-Lot grant is currently in process, and the Clean Core Block Fund is also in the work right now, and
Wait, what?
Clean Core, okay, yeah. Okay, all right, that's it.
We don't know yet.
Thank you. But okay. Oh, it'll be out in the chat, still put in the chat, make sure to get it out.
Yeah. Well, it's only not online, so I will just email on that. Fortunately, everyone came in person. We love to see it. All right. Last call on anything else? Well, everyone's always wandering off to get more food, so. All right. 3, 2, 1. All right. Meeting over. Thank you all for coming out. There's probably leftover. Take some to go.
Hey, I checked out that. The Frank's in